A family visit ended in tragedy yesterday when police say a man killed 4 of his relatives, including 2 children, in Queens, New York. The man also attacked and injured 2 officers who tried to stop the attack. Meg Oliver has the story.
This scene was chaos. Multiple victims, a house on fire, and a madman on a rampage, on a mission.
New York City police say 2 veteran officers responded to a 911 call around 5:10 Sunday morning from a young female who reported her cousin was killing her family. The police chief says when the officer arrived, they approached Courtney Gordon leaving the driveway with luggage.
An encounter that lasted about 10 seconds where the male draws a knife on officers. He stabs one officer in the neck, chest area. He strikes the second officer in the head.
Police say one of the injured officers shot and killed Gordon. Other responding officers found an 11-year-old girl lying in the front yard with stab wounds. She was pronounced dead at the hospital. A fire believed to be set by the suspect made it difficult to enter the home.
And once the fire was extinguished and we were able to get into the apartment, we found another 3 victims, all dead.
One of the dead was a 12-year-old boy. A 61-year-old woman, also found inside, is in critical condition. Police are investigating a motive. They say Gordon had a criminal record, and his sister told CBS New York.
He's been suffering from depression. I try to seek help for him.
Meanwhile, both officers are expected to make a full recovery.
How many more victims could there have been if these skilled, professional police officers did not show up to this scene?
For CBS Mornings, I'm Meg Oliver in New York.
The life or death decision facing local law enforcement officers to save a toddler being held at gunpoint. The terrifying moment captured in this photo. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter live with new details on the encounter and how the child is doing tonight. Leanne.
Mark, a terrifying situation for all involved. A gun pointed at the toddler's head. Police face to face with the armed woman. The focus, though, on saving that young boy.
San Bernardino police releasing this photo of the deadly drama caught on cameras. The suspect points a gun at the innocent 3-year-old. The dramatic scene captured by the officer's body-worn camera.
This is the kind of incident and ultimately resulted in an OIS, officer-involved shooting, that sticks with you your entire career and beyond.
Retired L.A. Sheriff's investigator Bruce Thomas has seen these life and death scenarios before. This one unfolding Sunday morning around 8 a.m. at this apartment building on East 21st Street in San Bernardino. Police say the toddler's grandmother called 911 hysterical, pleading for help, saying the suspect, identified as 35-year-old Darvette Brown, had fired the gun off inside and was now pointing it at her grandson's head.
You're dealing with an innocent victim, a 3-year-old child who really doesn't understand what is going on. And my understanding is, even to this day, they really can't find out why the suspect did what they did.
No motive and no relationship to the child, but a clear threat. Investigators say when police arrived on scene, the suspect first pointed her gun at officers from the balcony, then barricaded herself inside with the toddler. Hearing the child's cries, officers kicked in the door. The first officer seeing the suspect standing on a bed in the living room with the gun aimed at the little boy and opened fire, hitting the suspect. But she refused to drop the gun, police say, once again aiming it at the 3-year-old. The officer firing again as others rushed in and grabbed the child, who was uninjured. The suspect pronounced dead at the scene. The officer making a split-second decision, saving the toddler's life.
You don't really know what's going on, but you've been told, you hear, and once you kick that door and go in, that first officer who engages the suspect, that is just, heroic beyond heroic.
Again, at this point, police don't know what the motive was. Thankfully, that little boy wasn't physically injured.
In the heart of Washington, D.C., an argument over pancakes took a chilling turn when 85-year-old Stephen Schwartz allegedly stabbed his wife, Sharon Schwartz, marking one of the most unusual cases in the annals of crime. It was a peaceful Sunday when the tranquility of the Schwartz's home shattered by a heated argument. Stephen Schwartz, a man of 85 years, found himself at odds with his 81-year-old wife, Sharon. The cause of dispute? A seemingly innocuous stack of pancakes. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia claimed that Stephen Schwartz found himself unwilling to consume the meal his wife had prepared. The Metropolitan Police Department responded to a distress call at 3:40 p.m. They arrived at a scene of horror, finding Sharon Schwartz grievously injured and Stephen Schwartz suffering from self-inflicted wounds. Both were rushed to a nearby hospital, but Sharon's injuries proved fatal. In a twist that added another layer of complexity to this already bizarre case, Stephen Schwartz revealed he suffered from an eating disorder. He claimed his aversion to food had been the catalyst for the fatal argument. In front of the police, he admitted to suffering from depression. He expressed remorse, stating that his wife didn't deserve to die, and that he wished he had been the one to perish. Later, during a police interview, Stephen Schwartz shared that he and his wife had been married for 40 years. He confessed that he loved her, and prayed that the incident had been nothing more than a delusion. He also revealed that he had been recovering from a stroke at the time of the incident. The case took its due course, and Stephen Schwartz was charged with second-degree murder while armed. A Superior Court judge denied him bail.
We're going to begin here at 4:30 with a son accused of murdering his own mother in South Jersey. He's behind bars this afternoon as police try to piece together just what happened.
The gruesome killing happened in Ocean City, where police say the suspect was found with the decapitated body of his own mother. New Jersey correspondent Trish Hartman joins us now live with what police say may have led to the murder. Trish.
Well, Sarah, the details of the story are really upsetting. We spoke with family members of the mother and son today. They called the victim the rock of their family. A loving mother and grandmother. As for what happened, they say they are still in complete shock. A horrifying discovery in the hallway of this apartment building in Ocean City. According to court documents, 46-year-old resident Jeffrey Surgent called 911 around 4 p.m. on Friday, telling the dispatcher he had bipolar disorder and that he had just killed his mother. When police arrived, they discovered Surgent lying on top of his mother's body, which had been decapitated.
I went to go do a load of laundry, and it's on the second floor, and they had everything marked off and blankets, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Janice Powers was visiting her father, who lives in the building, on Friday. When she tried to go to the second floor, she had met Jeffrey Surgent over the course of her visits.
He came over, we went to a barbecue. He just played with kids and he was really nice. I don't know what to say, like it was weird.
The building is part of the Ocean City Housing Authority, and police say surveillance footage was used in their investigation. Surgent's family, who did not want to speak on camera, say Jeffrey's mother, Alexandria Surgent, was a devoted and loving caretaker for her family members and was visiting Jeffrey that day. Court papers say once police arrived, Jeffrey repeatedly apologized for killing his mother and was singing a religious song as he was taken into custody. Now, Jeffrey Surgent is charged with murder and weapons charges. He is in custody in Cape May County. Reporting live in Ocean City, New Jersey, Trish Hartman, Channel 6 Action News. Brian.
Okay, Trish, thank you.
We are learning the names of the 3 people killed in yesterday's deadly mass shooting that happened in the Northwest Valley. The Clark County Coroner's Office says 34-year-old Shanara Patterson, 14-year-old Keziah Cohn, and 6-year-old Zamaya Patterson all died after being shot. Police say the shooter, Marvin Ray Patterson, then turned the gun on himself. An 11-year-old boy also shot. A family member telling 8 News Now the boy is clinging to life. And tonight, the families and friends remembering the lives lost. Thank you for joining us at 11. I'm Brian Loftus.
And I'm Denise Valdez. 8 News Now reporter Lauren Negretti reports from the Northwest Valley, where people were gathering for a vigil, just trying to make sense of it all.
Family and friends gather. They describe Shanara as a loving mom and friend, and her girls as just the happiest little girls.
I treated them kids like they was my own.
An emotional night after Monday morning's tragedy. 5 people shot, 4 dead. The family clinging to their light in the darkness.
This was not supposed to happen.
Jamesetta Bernuti remembering her 34-year-old daughter, Shanara Patterson.
She was sweet, kind, do anything for you.
Shanara's sister, Michaela Bernuti.
She was there. No matter who you was, how long she knew you, if she had it, she go give it to you.
Michaela describes her nieces, 14-year-old Keziah Cohn, 6-year-old Zamira Patterson.
Duty, that's Zamira. She was sweet. Like, she was the most innocent child I ever met. Like, she didn't have a mean bone in her body. Keziah was goofy. She loved to draw.
Their brother, Derek Jr., recovering in the hospital.
He's still fighting. We praying for him. And he go pull through. He's strong.
Our 8 News Now investigators uncovering police records showing the gunman was accused of child sex crimes and was on house arrest.
If he had been in jail, none of this would have happened. Where he was supposed to be.
I don't think they should have let him out at all.
For now, the family sending up their love and prayers. Lauren Negretti, 8 News Now.
Now, Metro confirms Patterson was on house arrest and forced to wear an ankle monitor. Our 8 News Now investigators discovered he was let out of jail after Judge Diana Sullivan reduced his bail from $100,000 to $10,000. But he was still ordered to stay away from children.